Hello, Korean Antonopolis here with the Center for Highly Sensitive People. Welcome back to the Nourish Series. We are on day 12, and not only will I have another great breathing exercise for you today, but I'm also going to talk about anxiety and why trying to make decisions too early or before they're ready to be made will just give you even more anxiety. So this is actually a topic that comes up a lot with my husband. He's also highly sensitive. He's a deep thinker. So he thinks about all the scenarios that can play out, as I do. But I've learned to not kind of believe that all the scenarios that I'm thinking of are actually going to happen. Because sometimes they don't. Most of the time they don't. So I was actually also talking about this with a client today. That's why I wanted to bring it up with you guys. But please let me know in the comments if sometimes you try to make a decision too early and it gives you anxiety, okay? Or you have a decision to make, or you don't know how something's going to go, so you don't know how you're going to react, whether it's a conversation or whether it's work related. So for me around this, for myself, so if you don't already know, I have a son who's 19 months, and I breastfeed him. I'm with him all the time, and we have a very good breastfeeding relationship. It works for us. I know he's getting the nutrients that he needs to thrive. So I'm also, in the future thinking about having more kids, and I have this fear or concern that my son won't want to wean himself before I'm ready to wean him. And I always said I wanted him to kind of lead the way and him to kind of stop on his own. But I have this anxiety now around how am I going to wean him when, nothing's happening yet. Okay, it's just all in my head because I need to plan ahead, because I guess that's what that's definitely something highly sensitive people do. We don't want to make mistakes. We want to get it done. We want to do it right the first try. That's something very common with highly sensitive people. And one way that we try to get it right the first time is we think about all the scenarios. We get anxiety sometimes about the scenarios and how they're going to happen and what we're going to decide and how it's going to play out and what we're going to say and what we're going to do and whether or not it's going to work. Can you relate? Please let me know. So my decision is I literally cannot make this decision right now, because who knows? Maybe by the time I am pregnant next, my son will want to wean on his own. Wean meaning stopping nursing. And this won't be an issue. Right? So it's but we don't know because we're not there yet. So here I am, August 2020, and I'm thinking about something that could potentially happen in the next 6 to 8 months, year. I don't know when that's going to happen. But I'm trying to make the decision now on what I'm going to do later, which really does not work. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Okay? Just like in a romantic relationship. You don't know how a romantic relationship's going to go. You can't predict how someone else is going to show up, right? Just like me with my son. I can't predict how he's going to show up in 6 months. He's going to be a completely different person in 6 months. This boy literally grows like wildfire. I don't know how to turn off the off button. And he's going to be a different human being in 6 months, so I do not know what he's going to think and what he's going to want or not want. And I don't know what I'm going to want, right? So I'm trying to make a decision now on, look, I'm going to do this. I'm going to wean him. I'm going to make a plan, right? And then I keep going back and forth. Oh, maybe I'll just tandem nurse, right? I'll just do both. I'll do both new baby and current toddler. So that's my dilemma right now. If you have a similar dilemma around a decision that you're trying to make that is not even relevant to right now, please let me know. Let me know what you're going through. But I know with my husband, it's we talked about different jobs for him and well, what about this and what about that? I'm well, you can't make that decision until you have XYZ information. So he hates it when I say it because he knows I'm right. But when I have to tell myself that I'm right, I mean, that I have to tell myself the same advice. It's hard to hear, I understand. But hearing it also is so relieving, because that means, like, I don't have to make the decision right now. And I am a go with the flow person, but I'm also a planner, right? So I'm kind of in the middle there. I plan, and then I show up and I trust the process as it unfurls in the best way that I can. So I decided the other night that I'm going to focus on being with my son here and now. I'm going to let him nurse when he wants to. I'm not going to restrict him in any way, because we are going through a pandemic, and nursing is really helpful for his immune system, and he's also getting a lot of great nutrients from it. So I'm just going to show up every day and do what I'm doing. And I know and trust that when I'm present consistently, that is when my intuition can give me my next step. That is when my body can tell me what I am supposed to do in that moment. Okay, so instead of trying to make a decision for the future, come back into your body. I'm going to teach you a new breathing exercise today. Come back into your body. Consult with your body right now. So the question I have for my body is, do I want to keep nursing my son? And the answer is yes. No questions asked, right? I don't know what the answer is going to be 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 months from now. I do not know. I will only know until that time passes, and then I ask my body again in the moment. You can't ask your body or your intuition to predict something for the future, because the way our world works is that people are constantly making decisions in every single moment. Things can change in the blink of an eye. New opportunities can come, new ideas can come. So that is why it's important to let yourself put off certain decisions. Like, some of you might be avoiding decisions, and maybe that's the opposite. That's not what I'm talking here. But if you're the complete opposite, like me, where I'm trying to make a decision for the future and it's not even here yet, you gotta slow down, okay? And we'll do the breathing exercise to help you become present again. Come present in your body, and then consult with your body. Ask your body a question. See what it says today. Okay, that's all you can do. What does your body say today? Is it a yes or is it a no? Anything else I want to share about this? I don't think so. All I want you to know is to stay present. Stop trying to make decisions for the future, because the more you try to make decisions for the future, the more your mind is in the future, the more anxiety you're going to have, and the less you're going to enjoy the people around you. So if I wasn't going back and forth in my head all day on what decisions I'm going to make for the future, I would have more space, mental space, to clean my environment more, to go on more walks, to actually get really important things done that's been on my to-do list for a few weeks. So because I made that decision, the decision of I'm going to just go with the flow and make the decision when the time comes, earlier today I got done 2 major things on my to-do list that I've been putting off. I did my resume for something, and I presented a application to be a speaker on the highly sensitive trait to a group of social workers. So, so important. It's things that I really want to do, and I got it done because I had that mental space to do that, and I wasn't thinking about all these random other things. All right. So today's breathing exercise, it's called Bhramari. So Bhramari is a Hindu goddess, and she's often depicted with lots of bees around her. Okay, so this breath is called the humming bee breath. And basically, we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose, and then you're going to take your fingers, and right here, you know how you kind of close your eyes and you're like, la, 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 I don't want to hear you. Okay, we're going to do that. But with both fingers on the ears. Okay, so we're going to close the ears, take a nice deep breath, and on the exhale, we're going to hum. Another inhale. Deep breath. Okay, so set your timer, 5 minutes, as we always do. And if you find yourself that you want more, go for another 5 minutes, so up to 10 minutes. I actually did this before I got on because I was feeling a little bit tired. And if you're feeling tired, I didn't want to come on live and just be like, I'm tired. So I did some breathing, and I got kind of like a next wave of energy, and I got my mind felt clear, and now I felt ready to come on. So here I am. So, if you're like me, sometimes you get that 2-3 p.m. slump and you can't always take a nap. Do one of these breathing exercises to help recirculate the oxygen in your brain and in your body. And especially with this humming breath, if you have a lot of thoughts circulating, the humming will help neutralize the thoughts. Okay, because you're creating focus on the noise. So I didn't just hum when I did it, so I did this for about 10 minutes. I actually like to incorporate something called toning, where I'm letting out a noise, a sound that feels really good for me. So sometimes it's like a lower sound, like and then sometimes it's like a higher pitch sound, like oh, I love it. It feels so good. Okay, so let out a hum, let out some noises to clear your anxiety, clear your mind, come back to the present. And if you're trying to make a decision that's not even relevant for right now, let yourself surrender, put it on the shelf, and trust your intuition, your body, that it's going to give you the guidance and answer that you need when the time comes to make that decision. Okay? If you need more information to make that decision, ask yourself, ask your body, what more information do I need to make this decision? Especially if you're feeling indecisive and confused. It's often, if you're feeling those things, it's often that you actually need more information about the options and about the decision. So that's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoy the humming bee breathing, and please stop trying to make decisions that aren't even relevant for now. Okay? I know it just helped me, so I hope it helps you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.